Hello, and welcome to English Arsenal, your channel for real English practice through listening, shadowing, and speaking. I'm Josh, and I'm excited to have you here today. In this episode, I'll speak slowly and clearly. I'll use simple words and repeat key ideas so you can follow along, shadow my voice, and build your English confidence naturally. Today, we're going to learn how to describe your daily routine in English. Not just basic words, but complete thoughts and sentences. What do you do when you first wake up? How do you spend your workday? What's your evening like? By the time we finish, you'll be ready to talk about your entire day in clear, natural English. Let's get started. Why should you practice describing your daily routine in English? Simple. Your daily routine is something you know by heart. It's your life. It happens every single day. You don't need to think hard about grammar rules or vocabulary you don't know. You're not trying to explain complicated topics like technology, medicine, or world events. You're just describing what you do. You can say what time you get up. You can say what you have for lunch. You can say where you work or if you study at home. You can describe how you feel. Maybe you're energized, stressed, happy, or tired. And here's the powerful part. When you talk about your own routine, you're practicing practical English. English that works in real conversations. English that native speakers use every day. You don't have to be perfect, you just have to start. When you describe your routine, something amazing happens. You start thinking in English instead of translating from your language. You start using complete sentences naturally. You stop worrying so much about making mistakes. And most importantly, you feel more confident. Let me give you a real example. Imagine someone asks you, "So what's a typical day like for you?" If you've practiced before, you can answer easily. You might say, "Well, I get up around 6:30. I have breakfast and get ready for work. I spend the day at the office, and in the evening, I go to the gym. After that, I cook dinner and relax before bed." That's a real conversation. That's genuine communication. And that's exactly what we're working toward today. Even if you're practicing alone, even if you don't have an English teacher, even if you feel nervous about speaking, you can still improve by describing your day out loud. So, whenever you're stuck and don't know what to practice, start with something familiar. Ask yourself, what did I do this morning? What time did I have lunch? Where did I go today? What am I planning for tonight? These simple questions help you remember useful words. They help you form clear English habits. They help you speak in full sentences without feeling overwhelmed. You can practice in the morning while getting ready. You can practice at night before sleep. You can even record yourself on your phone and listen back later. The secret is keeping it simple. Use the English you already know. Don't stress about errors. Just speak. And with each day of practice, it gets easier. 1 sentence today, 3 sentences tomorrow. A full story by next week. So today, we're going to build that skill together, step by step, word by word, 1 clear sentence at a time. All right, let's begin with the first part of the day, the morning. Your morning sets the tone for everything that follows. It gives you energy and focus. And it's a perfect opportunity to practice English even if it's just for a few minutes while you're getting ready. Now, let's practice some common morning sentences together. Listen carefully, then repeat after me. Think of this as shadowing practice. Ready? Let's go. I usually get up at 6:30. Now you repeat. Some mornings I wake up a bit earlier, around 6, especially when I have something important to do. Now you repeat. If I go to bed late, I feel really tired in the morning. I lie in bed for a minute or two and plan my day in my head. I like to stretch my body and yawn to help me wake up fully. Then I slowly sit up and put my feet on the floor. I walk to the bathroom and brush my teeth carefully. I brush for at least 2 minutes, just like the dentist recommends. After that, I splash my face with cool water. It really wakes me up fast. On some mornings, I take a quick shower, especially if I'm feeling groggy. While I'm in the shower, I sometimes listen to an English podcast or music. After my shower, I dry off and get dressed. I choose something comfortable but also appropriate for the day. Usually, I wear casual clothes like a shirt and trousers. If I have an important meeting or event, I dress more formally. Next, I head to the kitchen to make breakfast. I usually keep it simple, maybe some eggs, toast, and a piece of fruit. Sometimes I have cereal with milk or yogurt with berries. If I'm not in a rush, I'll make scrambled eggs or porridge. I try to eat slowly so I can actually enjoy my meal. I drink coffee almost every morning. On some days, I prefer herbal tea because it feels lighter. While I eat, I might check my phone or read the news briefly. Other mornings, I just sit quietly and enjoy the silence. Before I leave home, I double-check my phone for messages. I look at my calendar to see what meetings or appointments I have. I pack my bag with all the essentials: phone, wallet, keys, water bottle, and notebook. Then I put on my shoes, grab my jacket, and head out the door. Now I'm going to tell you a complete story about my morning. Listen first, then repeat each sentence. You can pause after each line and say it slowly. Take your time. Are you ready? Here we go. Every weekday morning, I wake up at around 6:30. Sometimes I wake up a few minutes earlier if I have an early call or meeting. I usually stay in bed for a moment and think about what I need to accomplish that day. I stretch my arms above my head, let out a big yawn, and then slowly get out of bed. I go straight to the bathroom and brush my teeth for 2 full minutes. After brushing, I wash my face with cold water to help me feel more alert. If I'm still feeling sleepy, I take a warm shower. I like to play some calm music while I'm in the shower. It helps me feel relaxed and ready to focus. After my shower, I dry off and get dressed in clean, comfortable clothes. I usually check my appearance in the mirror to make sure I look presentable. Then I walk into the kitchen to prepare my breakfast. Most mornings, I eat toast with butter and jam, plus a boiled egg on the side. I also make myself a strong cup of coffee. Coffee is essential for me in the morning. While I'm eating, I sit near the window and look outside. Sometimes I can hear birds singing, and I really appreciate that quiet, peaceful time. Before I leave the house, I check my phone one more time. I review my schedule, look at my to-do list, and check for any urgent messages. Then I pack my bag carefully. I make sure I have my phone, my wallet, my notebook, and a snack for later. Finally, I put on my jacket and shoes, open the front door, and step outside to start my day. Now let's move on to the afternoon, the middle section of your day. For many people, this is the busiest time. Some people are at work, some are in school, and others are at home managing household tasks or caring for family. Whatever your situation, the afternoon is another great opportunity to use English. Even if you're busy, you can still listen, repeat, and practice for just 5 or 10 minutes. Let's learn some typical afternoon sentences together. Try to repeat after me slowly and clearly. After lunch, I usually go back to my desk. Sometimes I feel a little sleepy right after eating. I start by checking my email inbox. I reply to the most important messages first. I often read updates from colleagues or classmates. In the afternoon, I usually have 1 or 2 meetings scheduled. Sometimes I meet with clients or my supervisor to discuss ongoing projects. If I'm working from home, I sit at my desk and open my laptop. I work on reports, presentations, or other tasks. I also check my calendar regularly to stay on top of deadlines. I try to keep my workspace clean and organized. A tidy desk helps me concentrate better. I usually take a short break around 3 o'clock. I make myself a cup of tea or just drink some water. Sometimes I have a small snack like an apple or some nuts. If I have time, I go outside for a quick walk to get some fresh air. Even 10 minutes outside can help me recharge. If the weather is pleasant, I walk around the neighborhood or sit in the sun for a bit. When I have some free time in the afternoon, I try to study English. Sometimes I listen to an English podcast while I walk. Other times I read an article or watch an educational video online. I also watch slow English videos to improve my listening skills. I repeat phrases out loud to practice my pronunciation. Shadowing really helps me speak more fluently and naturally. Before I finish work for the day, I write down what I accomplished. This helps me stay organized and prepared for tomorrow. Sometimes I also write down one new English word or phrase I learned. I like to review my English notebook before I close my laptop. Now I'll tell you a story about my afternoon. Listen carefully, pause when you need to, and repeat after me. Try to match my rhythm and tone. This is excellent shadowing practice. After I finish lunch, I usually return to my desk to continue my work. I check my email and make a to-do list for the rest of the afternoon. I often have a video call with my team. We discuss what we completed in the morning and what we need to focus on next. These meetings typically last around 30 minutes. Now, it's your turn. You can pause this video for a moment. Try to talk about your afternoon just like I did. What do you usually do after lunch? Do you work at an office? Do you attend classes? Do you stay home and take care of things there? Use short, simple sentences. Even 3 or 4 sentences is enough. The goal is to speak, not to be perfect. Let me give you some sentence starters to help you get going. I'll say the beginning and you try to complete the thought. Ready? In the afternoon, I usually. After lunch, I like to. Sometimes I feel. I usually take a break around. Before the afternoon ends, I Great job practicing. The evening is a special time of day. It's when you wind down, relax, and reflect on everything that happened. Let's practice some useful evening sentences together. Repeat after me. I usually get home around 6 in the evening. I take off my shoes and sit down on the couch to rest for a few minutes. Sometimes I turn on the TV and watch the news, or I just listen to music. I cook dinner, or if I'm too tired, I order takeout. I eat dinner at the table, sometimes alone, sometimes with family or roommates. After dinner, I clean up the kitchen and wash the dishes. Sometimes I go for a short evening walk around the neighborhood. Before bed, I like to read a book or listen to calming music. I take a shower and brush my teeth to get ready for sleep. I usually go to bed between 10:30 and 11. Now, you've heard my complete routine from morning to night. It's time for you to speak about your own day. Here's how to do it. First, think about your typical day. What time do you wake up? What do you eat for breakfast? Do you work, study, or take care of your home? What happens in the afternoon? What does your evening look like? What do you do right before bed? You can talk about today specifically, or you can describe a typical, normal day. Speak out loud. Don't worry about being perfect. Just try your best. Excellent work today. You listened to a complete daily routine. You practiced new vocabulary. You repeated full sentences. And most importantly, you spoke in English. This is real progress. You're not just learning English. You're using English. You're living in English, one sentence at a time. Keep building your confidence. Keep practicing your daily routine until it feels natural and easy. Come back to this episode often. Listen again, shadow again, and each time try to add a little more detail to your story. This is English Arsenal. I'm Josh, and I'm really proud of your effort today. Keep listening, keep speaking, and keep believing in yourself. See you next time.